so I will join that in a moment.
You can join. It's for players only.
Well, you can spectate, I guess.
I can spectate on it. I've started the stream. I just need to do some stuff and things because apparently the chat is being awkward on me. Actually, so is this tournament server.
Usually I get out for that one.
I can spectate on it. I've started the stream.
So if I go into super quiet concentration mode, sorry.
That's fine. I'm gonna leave the voice chat anyway. So, all right, catch you when it's actually doing stuff. Right. Unfortunately, the stream has started and it's a bit of a mess. So bear with. So pop that out. Open this window. I hope it doesn't give me the same error it did a little while ago. Okay. I've got a message popping up, which I'm not happy with. Everything's going a bit wrong at the moment. View and watch page. Mute. There we go. What about chat? Copy the thing. Yeah, I didn't mean to just start this before being ready, but, you know, apologies. Also, I do not appear to be in Shadowzhong for whatever reason, which is annoying me, because I should definitely be the one person who can actually enter this place. I might have to go and do some shenanigans and get in via the other bits, but bear with. Let's close that down. Minimize that. Photo from library file. Yeah, ignore that. Right. Mahjong. Current August 11. Let's have a look at that. That's good. Opening pop-up window. That's fine. You're allowed to jump the gun a little bit, but besides, I'm definitely starting this late, so it's all good. There we go. Now I can actually do the thing. Right. I don't know what it was complaining at me about, but hello and welcome to Shadowzhong, which was a little interrupted and a little late because of shenanigans with cars. I will join the queue and then we will observe the game that is currently in progress between what looks like a few of the people on 0 points right now. So let's see. Hopefully I've spent 5 minutes faffing around, so this is just immediate. Not quite. So Urza, who is currently the rank 3 player at the moment, if I just go and load your well, in that case, yeah. That upsets everybody, but, you know, I'm perfectly happy with it. I don't need to have fancy backup thingamajiggies. Anyway, while I do that, I will go and quickly grab the tournament updates, because I haven't done one of these in a while, at least in terms of where the positions are. So currently, it is rather interesting at the top. Based on results from the last time, 2 wins by me, a second and a third by Viking. He did improve. He's not at his highest score level there, but he's on 589. I am 50 points behind. Urza has now carved out 3rd place for him, and if he can win this game as well, that's further securing his position. Draconis and Jesper currently looking like they're going to fight over 4th and 5th for the moment, followed by Rise and Kyril, who are the last 2 with points, and then everybody else is on 0 currently. So in this game, it's Smody, Kyril, and Yong, who have 0 currently, and Urza, who is ranked 3. We would expect Urza to pick up the win based on the form book, but let's just see what happens. And also, that's apparently done that thing. Did I have this just open a moment ago? Yeah, I do. Close that down. There you go. Oh, I've got too much stuff open. Far too much stuff open. Don't need the old chats. Do need the new chats. And we've currently got 2 people currently queued up. 3rd person is around, but we'll wait on that. Anyway. And I think for this game we're going to observe behind Urza. There is so much professionalism with me tonight. so much. I mean, starting about 10 minutes late and hearing a game had already started, that was always going to be a problem. So I never claim to be professional. It's why I'm only the second best English-speaking Mahjong YouTuber. Also, I'm getting a lot of dropped frame warnings, so I'm going to have to just quickly shut down whatever Steam's doing. I think it's doing its updates. Because I was also playing Project Cars and then Dirt 3, it wasn't bothering with things. Hopefully this should now smoothen things out. And we will have more professionalism. So, starting off, Urza's looking quite strong here. 345 Sanch-Q is on the cards. Probably Pinfu. And possible Dora as well. No, it was because obviously this hasn't been open for about 10 days. And I've had, well, not 10 days. Probably about a week now. So obviously Steam's got a load of updates to do. GOG's got a load of updates to do. Origin occasionally will update things since I have Dragon Age installed. So, you know, just opening up the computer for the first time in a week suddenly wants all the downloads all the time. And it's fine while I'm playing a Steam game and streaming, because it doesn't normally download by default while that's happening. But the moment, of course, I'm not playing anything on Steam, immediate download all the things. So just had to shut that down temporarily. Anyway, so Smodi's looking quite good here. Probably 7 pairs, but as the optional chance of Sanch-Q. We do need more dwarfs. It is a thing. Yong's looking quite good here for a Pinfu Tanyo hand. Well, maybe not Tanyo, but definitely a Pinfu hand. And Kyrol is looking reasonable. A couple away, though. I think he's got a slower hand than these two. And no worries, Marichin. We'll catch you later. For tomorrow, we will be old, indeed. And for today, we will be old. Unfortunately, Ez is not getting help for his Pinfu Sanch-Q, but I imagine he's got some time here. With the 9-core, Smodi has kind of locked himself into getting the Chanter, and his hand's not really anywhere near close enough. That helps Urza's Pinfu, drops the 8, I'd guess, here. Because he wants to keep the Sanch-Q open. Drops the 4, so I guess he wants to secure that. Indeed, as will I. Okay, good draw by Kyrol, and that unfortunately gives the call there. So double 9s. So he might be going a bit ambitious here, but I think he's looking for a triplet in the same set, which would be 2 Han. Is that 2 or 3? I can never remember. I think it's 3 for some reason. Ah, annual age increment day. Well, sir, I hope you have a good one. Oh, they're all kind of on the attack here. That wasn't a good attack for him there. So this is where I think Urza's kind of got an almost free win at the moment. Short of being unlucky. Starts to reach here. He has the Pinfu. Actually, does he have the Pinfu? No, he's on a closed 7 weight. But so he's staying in Tenpai, waiting on the south only, which is not a weight, and he can't win on it at the moment. He needs to get rid of that 1 in order to have any kind of Yaku set up. The problem is everybody's kind of secured themselves into really awkward Yaku. I mean, even Urza is not a perfect hand here. Does he win number 2 as well, actually? No, he doesn't because of the double 8. So Kyrol actually on a 6. It's a sumo only weight, and it's not a bad thing to have at this point. The fact that he hasn't called anything means he can just take the win if he drew one. So Smodi folded. He was kind of locked into having the 9s only. So that's a quick 1,000 points for everybody else. Except for, of course, Urza, who is effectively down 1,000. Did Kyrol reach as well? I didn't notice that. Yeah, he must have done. You don't ask a man what age he's incrementing to. The 7th age, surely. That's the age where everything goes wibble. Darn young'uns. So again, Urza with a good hand here. Possible West for call as well, so he's got his Yaku established. I guess Yong could be looking to a possible Itsu with that hand. Going across to Smody. Smody's looking quite good here. A few loose tiles, but fairly quick Tanyo Pinfu style hand. And what has Kyril got? 2 suits. Secures his pair, which is always a nice thing to be doing. Needs the 7... Well, actually, that's not a bad setup, actually. He's got the 4, 6, 8, so any of those will help. 7, probably more so than the others, but... There you go, pair of 6s. At this point, I'd be inclined to drop the 9 over the 4, because that gives you slightly more options for draws. Okay. Green Dragon follows Green Dragon. 7's a good draw. Now, I'd be inclined to get rid of the 3, and that gives him the most routes to Tenpai. Gets rid of the 8 instead. So he has his run, he has his set here. The reason I would have gotten rid of the 3 over that is because it gives you the possible Ipeco, means you can draw a 9 and still get into there. And obviously you got the free route here, plus the West draw. I mean, it wouldn't be immediate Tenpai if either of those are called, but that's where my thinking would be on that, I hope. Obviously, it's always difficult to judge what you would have done in the situation because obviously I'm not the one with the thinking time, or at least the stress of actual in-game stuff. He's tracking a lot more than I am relatively. I'm trying to look at all 4 hands. He's only concentrating on his own and discards. So that's a good draw. So now he's got the 3 for Tenpai. He's going to have to reach for it because he doesn't have Pinfu. Because these Wests are bonus stars for him, it's kind of backfired. He doesn't qualify for Pinfu. Still, a 2-sided reach here isn't a bad way to go. 7-4. Yeah, Yong, you lied. You've called twice immediately proceed after a reach, which, you know, is not trying to avoid dealing in. I'm also noticing that my chat isn't updating. It is on the... Oh, there we go. There you go. The actual chat box wasn't updating, but it was on the OBS chat, so I was a bit thrown by that. Oh, good win, which I'm not paying attention to. Yeah, I've only literally played 3 or 4 missions, and I might actually not play Saki. I might play Akagi instead. So, Urza has a solid enough lead there, which is going to help him on his route to securing 3rd, or possibly mounting a late charge for the trophy. Which is still possible. Me and Viking could have a really bad day, and then suddenly, you know, it's all up for grabs. Just quickly checking. So, Yong, outside hand, it's not the worst. Unfortunately, none of those were really his bonus tile. Needs to kind of draw something to help that out. Not a bad setup from Kyril right now. He's dealer, and this is quite a quick hand for a dealer. So he could really get into this. 2 dots. Okay. So he's now got to choose which closed weight he wants to go to. I'd be inclined to probably toss the 2 at this point. Because he's got the potential Suji trap available. If he can be waiting on the 5, that 8 discard might help that. Although the 5's not usually a good tile to be waiting on. People tend to be wary of discarding 3s, 5s, and 7s against a reach. Oddly, not 6s and 4s as much, but 3s, 5s, and 7s definitely. So that helps. Drop the 3. No, drops the East. I think Yong's problem at the moment is he doesn't have an easy Yaku to go to, so he's going to have to move for a reach later. Though that's 2 good draws on the bounce. Can't argue with that. I'd be inclined to get rid of the 3 over 2, though, for tile efficiency. There's slightly more things that help from that. Smody, another good draw. Drops the 4 here. So he just needs to finish one of his closed weights and he's in Tenpai for the other one. Not the best of weights to go into, on honesty, but if you can pair one of those, that might help as well. Meanwhile, Urza's kind of debating the same things. That's actually not a bad draw. That gives him run, double pair. Yep, now he can get rid of one of his closed weights. Doesn't matter in this case which. Neither of them will put him through a 10. So, whose draw is it? See, in that instance, that's probably a good decision. He's now 1 from Tenpai. If he can draw any of the pair tiles, or if he can draw the 4, he can be in a pair weight for the 7 south. However, I believe 1 south blade. Okay. Okay, red 5. This is probably worth keeping. So at this stage, you want to abandon your south pair. He decides not to. The reason you abandon your south pair in this instance is because that opens up the Tanyo route, and that means you can call tiles to get to Tenpai. Also, the 3-3-4 has more tiles that help you, because obviously the 5 and 2 can be drawn to assist the hand. So it drops to 1. I think Urza might be playing safe here. He only needs to get to dealer. He's already got the lead at East 2, so... Okay, 4's not a bad draw, but he really either needs to get rid of a South now, or he needs to... I think he's abandoning and going for 7 pairs, which might not be the best of plans this late in the game. It's still potentially possible, though. There's some 5s out there. Maybe just reluctant to get rid of the middle dot tiles, I don't know. Somewhat draw there, not quite enough. So yeah, Smodi's 1 from Tenpai at this stage, as is Kyrol. Okay, but Itsu lock. So this is an Itsu if he pulls it off. Needs a 7 though. And well, none of them have been played. As far as he knows, they're all available. So that is 7 pairs Tenpai. Waiting on the 5 dot. That's a risky tile that might just actually pay off. Wow. Yeah, I mean, Toy Toy is always a more safe hand to go for. It's an easy Yaku to confirm because you can call from anybody. So it's always on the cards. The way I tend to define it is if you have 5 pairs, you want to try for Chitoitsu rather than Toy Toy. If you have 4 pairs and a triplet, or you know, you draw a triplet to one of those before you draw that 5th pair, you want to consider the Toy Toy. The other consideration is whether you have a bonus double in your hand. If you have a pair or 2 of bonus tiles, then you're going Toy Toy rather than 7 pairs, because that's more valuable. Toy Toy with a bonus dragon or a bonus wind, exactly what you want. Meanwhile, Smody hit a double reach. And it's a double reach on a South 4. Now, you notice early reaches tend to be on silly things, but that is not a bad thing to be on, in all fairness. The way to avoid this, as always, is to just play normally. It's always going to be on something obscure. And in this case, I think he might actually be dead. Oh, actually, no, he's not. There's a 4 there. Not that I've noticed, in all fairness, although we shall see. You have played risky after the reaches, though. That's all I shall say. For example, this is the 3rd time you have called tiles after a reach has been declared. The reason why you don't do this is because you don't need to. You have 2 safe tiles guaranteed. 2 safe discards for giving up part of the hand. Eventually, you'll want to do that. And it also looks as if that 4 is about to be dead as well. Not that, obviously, it was a bad decision from him at this stage. The double reach is sometimes to be considered. The only thing to work out is whether or not Yong is his Kriev, is his Tenho thing. Yeah, I can speak good today. Yeah, so Kriev is Yong across the table from us. So Urza's pushing. He's got the double bonus tile and a possible Honitsu. And sometimes this is the only way you can really play against this sort of hand. The problem Urza's got, it's unfortunate really, is that the bonus tile he needs to secure things with is the Souths, and that's not going to come out. Which means he's going to have to risk dropping the 6s, which, okay. Pursuit Reach. Reading on, it's another 7 pairs hand, isn't it? Okay, so on the free, so there. One's been played on the previous turn. So that might sneak out, actually. Sozu tiles are quite cheap if you look at it. There's a lot of Sozu tiles played, so... And with one person discarding everything they draw, this might, you know, it's reasonable. He folds by playing the South, and that unfortunately deals into that. So they're double reach, and... Yeah, double reach Dora. So Urza loses some more points, and... Yeah, I mean, it's always going to happen against an early reach. They're on something silly. So you just try and avoid them best you can. Okay, so here, Kyril is going for a Kokushi. If he knows what he's doing, he's going for a Kokushi here. Yeah. So this is a Kokushi hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 terminals in your opening hand. This is where you attempt it. You're not likely to get it, but this is definitely it. So what does he need to get? He needs to get the 9 dot, the 1, so, and, oh. Okay. Well, so much for that plan. He's now got to go for the all terminals, or he's got to go for a Honitsu. You see, the one time I actually saw somebody, that is the 13 Orphans hand. And it was. I'm sure it was. I mean, it might not have paid off. It really might not have done. Just because he got the 10 initial, the fact that the board state shows 3 1-sos here means it was always going to be unlikely, especially with the 9s here as well. But if you've got 10, that's kind of your go point. At 10, you don't have anything to lose by trying. But yeah, Kyril has locked himself into something really awkward from here. Well, he can still do it. He can get the Honitsu easy enough that you should really be getting rid of the 1s and 9s. He's still playing as if he's going for a Kokushi. I don't know. Yeah, get rid of the 1s and 9s and start building to a half flush. It's the only Yaku I've ever recorded on an online setting on Mahjong Time twice. Oddly, once in a Taiwanese format, which was interesting. Actually, was it Taiwanese? I don't know. So Smody, with momentum, goes for a reach on the... It's another 7 pairs weight on the 1. Now, that actually is not a bad weight in this situation here. The terminals tend to come out easier than everything else, and I think Kyril is about to play one of them. Okay, he plays the other for now. But if Kyril gets another useful draw for this Honitsu, I think that's going to happen. Oh, okay. There we go. Ipatsu is killed, but yeah, reach 7 pairs and 2 Uradura, so that is a Mungan. And Kyril goes from the lead into second. So Smodi's now a dealer at the end of East round. Sorry, didn't mean to move that. I meant to actually check how the other thing's going. So we still have 2 waiting. Yeah, I think based on the game state and the fact that one of them had a triplet of the 1s, it was extremely unlikely that Kyril would have pulled off the Kokushi, but it's still, that was probably the hand to try it. If you have 10 plus in your starting hand, it's worth a go. You're not going to lose anything, as I've said. Anyway, on to this game state. So Smody is on a bit of a rampage right now. Is now last dealer. Is last dealer in the lead. Kyril second, Young third, and Urza, who I did tip to win this initially, is currently in last. But a long way to go yet. We've still got 5 more hands minimum. And the gap is not too bad at this stage. Obviously, it's direct hit Mungan would nearly overhaul it. So, you know, it's not out of the woods. Meanwhile, Yong's looking like quite a solid hand up there, actually. 1 from Tenpai. Does need to get his pair somewhere. Or be in a single weight in a moment. It's a good draw from... Yeah, there we go. So it's an early pin through reach. Waiting on the 4-7. See here, yeah, I think Urza was a bit needs to go for this. He's in last place, so this is always when you try things. So risking the live red dragon there was definitely worth doing. He's rewarded with that. So what does he do now? Gets rid of the close weight, I would imagine he has to try and do. The 1-2. Yep. So he's 1 from Tenpai himself, and it's thankfully a Tanyo hand, so he doesn't have to reach for it, so he can play slightly safer. And now he's got a few extra tiles to get into Tenpai, possibly even for Sanchiku. So honestly, if he pulls the 8 dot in, it might be worth counter reaching. Okay, that's still probably it. So reach Tanyo, Red Dora. Unfortunately, that's unfortunate. It was still probably worthwhile him trying that. He's in last place, doesn't lose anything really by the attempt. But now he's getting a little desperate as we move into South 1. So it definitely helps Kyrill's position out. Kyrill actually has some points in the league at the moment. He's got 10, I believe. So he's on track to improve that a little bit. And how are the Mahjong gods going to punish Ursa for that dealing? Kyrill has another heavy terminal hand, although in this case... 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... Yeah, honestly, at this point, you go for the... Why not go for all terminals at this stage? Why not? Until they become eliminated. If he draws another West... Okay, that's fine. How do you join again? You click this button. The link is in the video description. It's the whatever it is for Tenho/O/whatever. So let's see. He's discarded his West, but he's still got 2 tiles. Neither of these are bonus tiles for him, but he's built... Oh, wow. Drop for 7. Right, so... How do you mean? If you've got this available, that means you're already waiting in the room. So that's not waiting, waiting in room. Also, I need to see whether Kyrill's actually going to build his Suanko here. Oh, he's not going. He's going for Sananko, which is probably the safer route. But it'd be a shame if he draws that north. This had Suanko potential. Yeah, I don't suppose it matters particularly. A 9's likely safer. Okay, Griev reaching on the 7 only. 2's a good draw here. You don't really want to drop the 5 against that board, but if you could. Try closing and re-entering. It might just be the case that it's being weird. And make sure you're entering the right room. I mean, nothing's changed since last week, and you joined then. That's the only thing that's flummoxing me slightly. That's a good draw, though. That might cause him to do something here. If he's brave enough to drop the 6-5, and he is... Yeah, 1 dot safe. He sumos. Okay, so reach sumo. That is 3,000 points. Not a lot, really. 1,000 from everybody, but he keeps his deal at 10. I was about to say, are you in the right one? Because obviously I've had previous links, so they shouldn't really be working. You have another. I think you have another. I think. Okay. Okay, I'll check. Maybe I got the wrong one in the description for some reason. Yeah, I mean, it's usually the way. Anyway, I've not commented at all on this game. So, Urza is looking quite strong. Well, let's just see what happens here. So, okay, looking up towards the Sun Anko up top. Sun Anko Wandora. Good draw by Chiral, but he's still a bit away from actually completing anything. And Smody has a pair of the bonus tile, which is always a nice place to be in. Oh, that's a very good draw, actually.
Boom.
Okay, so probably just needs updating. Maybe I just copied it from an older version or something. Either way. So he's got his Sun Anko for a no 10 hand. Well, he can't win with his hand, unfortunately, because he does not have a Yaku until he gets that other triplet set up. So he's unfortunately done himself in with that. Okay, so Urza going for value here, and Tanyo Doradora is definitely a good bit of value to have. If he draws the 4 now, he's vindicated. Even if he draws the 1 here, he's actually not too bad off. Oh, that is perfect draw. Yeah, reach this. Yeah, 365, you cannot object with this. Oh, I'm surprised he kept it hidden. He needs the points. He badly needs the points. Maybe just reserving 1 round. I've done this occasionally myself, but if you're in this, you're last by this point much. You need something here. You need some momentum. And this is potentially a Hanneman. No, it's trying to keep it hidden. Maybe just looking at the numbers. Well, maybe he was looking to an Itsu. Yeah, I'm in the other room. So there's 3 people waiting. We're just waiting on 1 more. Yeah, so now he declares reach. So yeah, he's gone for the Itsu. So he's in a... Yeah, so he's in a 1-4. And there's not a lot of either of those left. You can't really do that, in all honesty. I mean, sometimes you need the points, but there's better ways to get the points. Yeah, so no win there because you had no Yaku, sir. And there we go. And that is a Hanneman. Which is exactly what you want when you're out of the game, because that brings you straight into it.
Boom.
Yeah, I figured that was the case, actually.
Boom. Boom.
Okay, so double win from Smody, west-east. Unfortunately, only west count for him, but... I can do, bear with. Yeah, hello. So it looks like we do have our second game set up. Yeah, ignore the broom description one. We've got a problem with that. I'm trying to change it now. Yeah, you also haven't won a lot, though. And you've not played safe enough to say that's more than accidental, really. Still, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I've changed... I don't know why I changed that. Oh, I know what I've done here. I've copied from the 16th of June one, or am I actually using the 16th of June one? What's going on with this? Hold on. Oh, for God's sake, what's happened with that? I think it's killed my event and just got into another one.
Gee.
There we go. Yeah, so I've updated the thing. Unfortunately, I think you might have to refresh things. So, okay, the other game is now started, so I'm going to mute and move off. So I will catch you this game up in a little bit. Right, so we have Debbie, Viking, Jesper, and myself, and we are about to do battle. And this is important. A lot is at stake for this one. Let's see how it goes. Gonna ignore that. I know I have an extra dragon or two in the hand here, but I can't afford to overpush right now. Okay, it's done the 8. We want to keep the 3 because it's close to the door. And Jess is back. Family only drops an east. Hope he doesn't have a pair of them. Nice. Okay. Drop the 1. So a couple of double runs set up here. 4, 6, 8. Possible dragon for call now, which I would do at this point. Okay, now we'll risk the 3 dot. So getting close to having to risk dragons.
Boom.
Yeah, you got to call that time.
Boom.
Gives Jesper a dragon as well. 1 call from Tempai. So 1, 4, 7 gets me there. I draw the 4 though.
Eat.
That gives me the 1, 4, 7.
Boom.
Okay, Debbie kills the Patsu before I get a chance to. So something big's just happened. And he sumos. So reach sumo only and 7 pairs. Well, that's how you start things off with your dealer, I suppose. I had a hand that was quick and able to counter, but I needed that call, really. And then Debbie stole that. It might not have mattered. I might still have ended up with the same result, but hey. So solid hand, and unfortunately the wrong result happening here. We need to beat him this game. We need to reduce that gap. And so we're looking here for Tanyo here. 2, 4, 6, 8 is a good little sequence to have. Obviously want to get rid of this 1. Want to keep the 5 around for possible Sanshiki shenanigans. And this isn't a bad vein to have. Okay, dump the 8. We're not quite there yet. 1 away. So either a closed 6, which we could have. It's a Suji trap, kind of, but... Or do I just get rid of this and start working towards the other side? I think we'll keep this for the moment. Because we can always call the 6 if it's played, it's not a bad thing for me to keep this closed weight around. So it gives me a potential open set hand here, so 6, 6, 3. So I do like my irregular three-sided weights if they come up. More importantly, though, we do need to knock Viking off a dealer turn before he builds up any more momentum. Yeah, we get rid of a close weight now. That 7 so much. That helps the hand so much at this point. That was unfortunate.
Home.
Okay, Jesper going on the attack. He must have hit Tenpai. Or I would imagine he's hit Tenpai. It's probably the last chance I've got to realistically play that. Thankfully passed. So here we want to draw the 5 dot as an absolute priority here. If I draw this completed weight, I'm into a three-sided 3-6-6, but we need to hit Tenpai in the next few draws. Is this a better Tenpai or not? Not sure it is. I mean, obviously I could have called the 4s, but I can always call the 6 dot for Tenpai if it comes to it. I can drop this that. I can even call the 6s for if the last one turns up, which is still outstanding somewhere. And of course, if Viking plays the 3, I can call that and just get there for a quick Tanyo. Ultimately, I do need to kick him off a dealer turn. That is priority, but apparently somebody else is going to do that for me. Okay, dealer turn then. So, we went a little in circles, but I don't think we made any obvious errors with that. Now we just needed something quick, preferably with some value. We have a Dora, and that's looking like about it. So I guess what we're looking for here is a Sanshku, but not going to call that. It's a bit of a stretch against Titania with a double 1 and the extra 1 here I'm running, so okay, let's close that off. Maybe I could have moved this to Tanyo. No, we'll see. So Sanshku is still very much on if I can draw this 5 dot. I guess that's not a bad draw here. Means I can possibly make an escape to Tanyo if I had to, but really we do need a hand here. I can't afford to just not be in Tenpai. It's early days, it's only East 2, but already I'm under pressure to get some advantage going. Especially if Jesper rather is going to be on the rampage like that. Do I switch to Toy Toy here? Yeah, Suji. It's risky. I'm not denying that. If I can hit Sananko or just General Tenpai. I'm kind of folding here, which is not a good place for me to be. Drive north. So what do I do to actually turn this? I guess the 6 dot might be safe now. Unless he's on a 6-3. I imagine he's on a dot weight of some kind. Gonna risk it. Because this opens up Tanyo, and right now I need something. He might not get the win, and if he doesn't, I need to be in Tenpai for this.
Home.
Debbie apparently having similar ideas. Hatsu is not a good tile for me right now. I don't dare play this, do I? Yeah, we do. So I'm now in Tenpai if the 6 passes. So 5-2-5. Wrong 5. There wouldn't have been a wrong 5 had yeah, I've got to take that. Surely I've got to take that. Tenpai. 5-4. Not in this case. Haite. No Haite. 3-player Tenpai though. Oh boy, we were playing some risky things with that, but I had 3 red door at the end, so it wasn't as if that was a big hand I was playing with. It was worth the risk. Oh dear. Anyway. White start. One thing, we kept Tenpai, and had that have paid off, that would have been huge. Alright, play the 8. Keep the green for the moment, but can't call that. This is again us rushing towards a Pinfu-ish style hand. But we kept pace, lowered the gap to Viking. It started with limericks, and therefore it had to be blocked. I didn't even read the end of it, I just knew the start of it. Alright, let's get rid of those. So we have 4 pairs here. We could go for a Toy Toy. But let's just see how it develops. Obviously, I'm trying to build ourselves a bit closer to Tanyo in case we need that escape route. Yeah, that's Toy Toy now. So now we've got a triplet here. We are looking to Toy Toy this. Oh, you're typing too fast for YouTube? Awesome. Alright, don't want to call that. 9's not potentially what we want, so we'll get rid of that. But we will call anything else that happens. Especially if we can pair something else up. Nice. Okay, getting there. We're 1 from 7 pairs and also have the Toy route here. If we do draw the 3 dot or the 6, we will go 7 pairs reach. Failing that, happy to go with this. Toy no Dora, unfortunately, but we are dealers, so... Free dot's going to be risky to play, and also this possibly leads us to other things here if we get rid of ones. If Debbie reaches, for example, we got 2 safe tiles, so...
Home.
Okay, 1 call from Tenpai. Toy. I think Debbie's playing safe against me with that. Might be wrong, but we'll see. Problem is, a 7 is an awkward thing here. Hey, that's how you win at Mahjong. So Viking's clearly got a bonus triplet, or he's just trying to be bluffing. Which I wouldn't put past him. But I still need 1 more call or 1 more good draw to hit Tenpai here. Seven dot, 4 man, or that last 1 so.
Home. Home.
Nice Tenpai. Does he give us it? So if he thinks I'm Tan Yo, he might play the 1. Red 5, he must be Tenpai. Which is a problem for us in a lot of ways. Debbie's playing risky. It's a late 5 so, and yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
Hang.
Rinchan Hi-ho! Oh, awesome. Okay, there we go. So... that was... Yep. Channeling Draconis today. In fairness, I was more hoping for Dora, but you know, the opportunity came. I figured, why not? No, Draconis did it twice in 1 game.
Home.
Anyway, I'm punished for that because my hand here is really terrible. Well, actually, it's not terrible, but it's not quick. Okay, so we got rid of all of those. We are technically in the lead, though it's not by very much. But the important thing is we're ahead of Viking, so, you know, that's the important thing. As long as we score more points than Viking does, everything else is good. Do I get rid of my closed weight here? I think I do, actually. It's a bit early to get rid of the 1-3, but I don't have anything else that kind of works. The 6, 8, 9 can potentially be helpful. And also, Viking has been kind to boop the score in, but I'll be able to sort that out. Oh, Smody picked up the win. Nice. So I will add those points onto the board at some stage. I think there's another game happening, just based on the chat, but... Urza is killing you! Nice. Okay, the hand's improved, though we still need something to give here. Ideally, we want a 3 or a 5.
Eat.
And we needed it last turn.
Boom.
Debbie on the attack again. Don't know if this is something I want to be a part of right now. Okay. So if we draw that 7 dot, we then got the risky 5, which almost certainly will not pass. So the 8 will pass as well. Hope to draw the 5. Why be you banned? Yeah, the Flash version is kind of terrible. Also, I've got the wrong link up. And darn it, he won with that. And it's a good hand. He's back in the lead. And that is exactly not what we wanted. So he now has the lead by 8,000. Debbie is now dealer for East 3. And this is a really good starting hand. I, in fact, have Tenpai in 2. Beyong? Yeah, I have Tenpai in 2, but I'm not going to do that. Ideally, we'd like to prepare the East, maybe? I've discarded my bonus win twice. Well, this is a good start. Always a good start. Nice, okay. Now we can work with this. So, 1 from Tenpai. Ideally, the 8 dot is the best Tenpai we can do here, but I can actually do this.
Boom.
Tenpai on the 8. And we'll see what happens. It'd be so much better hand if I had 2 dots here instead and it was in... Yeah, oh well.
Boom.
Yeah, we'll take 1,000. It's not the best, but it moves somebody within range. I could really do with here is Debbie winning a big hit off Viking. That'd be ideal for me right now. No idea what he means. None. Also, you know my rule about gloating.
Home. Home.
Interesting. I'm going to call it 1-2 for the moment.
Chi.
Okay, so is Yohanitsu. He actually wins on that. I don't think there's a ritual going on. It's just that whenever Aegon makes an inside joke, I tend to ban him and then promote him. And if he gets away with it, I didn't notice it, and then he starts gloating about it, I immediately time him out regardless. That's just Aegon. He is our head of mumbling aimlessly, and this is what he does.
Dong.
Alright, dealt in, but cheap. It's a shame, because I could really do with Viking losing some points soon. Preferably to me, of course, but you know. It sometimes happens. Alright, let's see what we can do here. So, North. Again, not a great hand. I don't need much. I mean, a Mungan would do it, but obviously a Mungan's a lot. If he deals into a free hand, I'd be fine, but yeah. Let's see what we can do. Guess get rid of green, keep hold of the west for the moment. I know one's gone, but we'll see. Rice seems happy. Alright, so now we'll get rid of the closed weight on this side, start moving us towards Etania. Green. Alright, Debbie's on the attack. And it could be anything from a Buyman to a reach only, knowing Debbie. But this is the hand where we want things to deal in. It can put you slightly more out of reach, but it does give you... It is a risk. Sometimes, obviously, you need Yaku, so you've got no choice in the matter. The problem is, of course, in the philosophy of game state, you don't want to take more risks than you need. There can be a benefit, but I tell people to avoid it in the late game. So if it's round 3 or 4, South 3, South 4, do not do it. Because it's not worth risking your lead. If you are miles in front, do not do it. Yeah, as it can go, domination, whatever, if he wants to, but no, unless you badly need Yaku, and even then I'd consider just waiting for the sumo. That's a good draw for me, actually. Possibly 2 on the cards. But also now 8 safe, so if I can avoid that, I'm going to. I'm going to leave that. Attack, attack. It's Pinfu only, but 1-4. Wrong 4. 6 up.
Each.
Because it's risky, we have to reach there. Or we might as well reach. We're going to take the maximum. If we're risking a risky tile anyway, we might as well risk it all. Not the person I want to take the hit off, but we need the points. It was only 2,000 anyway, plus the reach 6. Not as many as I wanted. So reach Pinfu only. Okay, that is just interesting. So, easy, quick Tanyo, I think is the plan here. If we draw another south, of course, we'll change our plans, but Tanyo draw 1. Become dealer. I'm trying to remember what that means. ID not recognized, or... Unfortunately, I don't speak Japanese. I'm basically from experience of this. See, I don't really want to keep those. Mind you, south is 1's been played, so we'll do that. We'll be getting rid of these 9s if we can, just for the Tanyo side of things, but... Okay, so south is dead. Good draw. Yeah, it's actually tossed for 9s now. We're just gonna try and lock in our Tanyo quick win. Which means we'll call the 4-7 if it comes off. Seven's helpful. In fact, if we were to draw the right here, we'd actually get into a Sanshikyu as well.
Home. Home. Chi.
Yeah, I need to kill this. Cannot afford to let him have any more points. This needs to be killed. I can see all the 9s, I can see most of the 6s, so if he's on any kind of two-sided weight, that's going to be... It's unlikely the 7's what he's after. And that helps.
Kan. Sumo.
That's better. I think I've got to keep this concealed. Let's see what happens. So, unfortunately with that, Viking's slightly out of range, and I've got to worry a bit about where Debbie is. Do I just go for this? Yeah, I think I've got to go for this. It's not ideal by any stretch of the imagination what I'm doing, but I've got to go for it.
パン
The problem with you guys, we have no Yaku. This is that's the only reason I did that, because would have made number 3, but you know. You've gotta be considering folding this. So the only way I can actually win with this hand is if I... Oh, god darn it, Debbie. This is not what I need right now. So I have no Yaku unless I can get another Khan or do something extremely silly. God darn it. I'm committed. I think I've got to go for this. This is really bad of me. You know what? I got greedy. That's what happened here. I got greedy. The only plus point would be if Viking deals in for a lot more because of my Uradura. Then it's all good. Alright, 2 safe. So I'm still 2 tiles away from a winning hand. Yeah, I mean... What else can I do in this situation? I can do nothing. This is just going to drive them nuts. This is seriously going to drive them nuts. This is the worst I've played in such a long time. This is just stupid. I might not have won if I'd have kept the other one. Mind you, you might not have played it. Alright, that 3 is the only tile left in the whole low vein, so... It's actually not a bad one to keep. 7 to be for a 10. I do not deserve to win on this. And I didn't. Thank God for that. Yeah, if I'd have won on that, I'm done. I'm done. That was such bad play on my part. That I definitely did not deserve any of that. So, now that I'm dealer, let's try and calm down a little bit, shall we? Let's try and calm down a little bit. I still need a Mungan. It's my dealer turn, and I've just hit what is probably one of the most ideal little bits of drawing I can do. So I have a Yaku. I can now call anything I want, and needs to consider whether I should at all times. So now East can go. One's gone. It's only a bonus tile for me anyway, but still. Possibly a bad move, but we'll see. I own 3 sets. One of them's 3/4 see-through though, because Akagi. Somebody can call that over me and didn't, thank God. So yeah, I've gone fully on tilt. Fully on tilt, I think. And if they don't think I've gone fully on tilt from this, and they don't think I'm in a Sozi Honitsu, well, you know. Clearly this is Sozi Honitsu. There's no other thing I could be waiting on. Live Dragon is not what you play against Sozi Honitsu. That was 9 out of interest, but fine. Yeah, no, I'm honest. I honestly need to calm this down. Not been playing well. Suji? This isn't a valuable hand by any means. I mean, I could... If somebody would have played the 4th Green Dragon, I'd be able to calm this, which would be extremely silly. Red 5. Problem is with the 6 and the 1, I can't change this particularly, so... And I think with head bump, I'm going to lose on the 3-4 rule.
Dong.
Yeah. Turns out not what he needed. This does not bode well for the Shadowhawk. Okay. 2 hands left to go, and I need 10,000 points. Not impossible, but I do need them. Or I need him to deal into a Mungan or something. Preferably deal a Mungan, of course, but... Oh, suddenly this becomes tricky. My best route at the moment is probably going to be 1-2-3 Sanchiku. Or possible Chanter Sanchiku, depending on how this goes. I've got an outside chance of putting this into that. Yeah, head bumper's on for this set, so... So if he was on the way I thought he might have been, then I would have lost out there. Okay, this is building towards something. To Jesper's occasional annoyance, but it's the rules I was taught ultimately, so I can't say no to it. I get the appeal of a triple and double run, but you know, it feels a bit mean. That, though, is a good draw. So if I can draw another 9... So basically, if the winning tile for 2 players is discarded at the same time, the player next in sequence takes the win. So, for example, if I were to deal the winning tile for both Debbie and Viking at this point, Debbie will take the win. She's the next in sequence to go around the table.
Chi.
Okay, 1 away from Pinfu Sanchiku.
Ich.
And, of course, this is where Debbie wants to go for it. There's not that many 5s left, so I might have to actually... Suji. Now, in some rule sets, the triple run is actually a draw. So, dealer reach. This would be a perfect time for Viking to deal in. Zero to Akagi, I'm an amateur player. Improving, but definitely still amateur player. Oh, this is horrible. I'm going to have to do that. Alright, 6 is a Suji. So, possible justification there. There's only 2 of my 1s left. I guess we take that. It's a Furuten Tenpai, but...
Sumo.
It's not what I wanted to do at all, but I have got to take that. A few points back puts me within range. One hand to go. Did not want to have to take that.
Home. Each.
Okay, so third turn reach. I've got to go for this now, which is going to be a pain for me. But I don't even know what I can get that's actually good enough. Suji Trap? After the fact, Suji Trap at least.
Home.
Okay, Toy Dragons. She's got a couple of Dora. Then maybe Debbie can win this for me. Toicho Hanitsu Dragons will be Rinchan? Actually, Rinchan doesn't help me because I lose the same points. So I do actually need something else from this. Oh, Debbie has just hit Dora 4! Oh well, this could be amazing. Right, let's play safe. If oh please win this, Debbie.
Chi.
Do I have any definitely safe tiles against him? Because this is my other consideration. I've got to stay. Yeah, I'm staying right out of this. My best shot of winning now is for Debbie to not sumo, but to win off Viking. Because I'm not sure I can get the points at the moment. At least not right now. So Debbie already showing Mungan.
Home.
Jesper showing Tanyo. And not much else. I've got a white dragon I really don't want to play. Do I even have a choice anymore, though? I was about to say, if Debbie's sumo, she's actually out of a lot of problems, but... Seven safe. I mean, my hand's coming along, but it's too slow, and I've got to get rid of a 9 in the white, which is not safe tiles right now. East 9 whites stay anywhere near the game state. Thing is, I can only win if Viking deals in. And that's my problem here. I can't actually get to Tenpai myself here and win this. And if Debbie sumo, she gets the same points from both of us, so... The good news is, I didn't deal in. Oh dear, it happens. I guess I was kind of up for one more, but I might actually leave that. Let's see what game's actually currently going on. So I imagine it's still this one. So I will quickly jump in. Also, just make sure I've got this noted down. So huzzah. So that was the previous game I was looking at. Let's have a look at this one. So we are following Urza, who, as you can see, is on a bit of a rampage here in South 2. 52,000 points. 2 wins for today, isn't it? Because he won the first. Did he win the first? No, he actually lost points in his previous one, but still, he's going to more than make up for it with this at the moment.
Home. Chi.
Let's see how the rest is going. So JPC's on the mass attack here for Tanyo on a 2-5. Urza's quite close to Tenpai himself in this fight. Smodi's looking at looking 2 away here. Yong's on a quick Honitsu attack. Problem with attacking another Honitsu is that sooner or later you will draw something that's risky and you'll just decide to play it. Did you not win that? I suppose he couldn't have done, actually. What am I thinking? Sorry, I missed that. No, that was me not paying attention. Tiredness, I'm going to blame on that one. Okay, so now he's Tenpai South 5. Sumo. So Toihoi Honitsu, and that is a Mungan into dealer turn. Gets him, I think, just out of last place. So South 3, Urza pretty much just going to walk this one. He doesn't even have to attack at this point. With this much of a point lead, it would take absurd hands. We're talking Yakumans, Baimans, repeated them almost, to get anywhere near it. Good start, though, by JPC here, who's just going to hit 2 dragons immediately. And is he in Tenpai already? No, not quite. He's 1 off Tenpai. Although I imagine he will probably spend 2 to just get this into a Honitsu. It's a shame the 2 white dragons hadn't appeared yet. This would be an awesome little bluff. JPC just draws five dots in a row. Oh, that's fun. Alright, so the game ends in 5 minutes, so I don't imagine we're going for anything long. Just going to review the end of this, and then I'll check the scores. So let's get rid of a 9, rather than get rid of the free 5. Possibly just to keep Tenpai, but I'd have been inclined to just up the value a little bit, especially given the gap to Urza. You'd need a couple of big hands in order to get anywhere near it, and it's still potentially possible with you having the dealer turns. Then, you know, it's... With dealer turn, you could potentially make a comeback, but you need a good solid platform. 30,000 is going to take at least 3-4 hands on the bounce. If you actually got the Honitsu 2 dragons, that's Mungan to start with, at least an 8,000 plus, maybe 12,000 if you get lucky and get Honitsu as well. If it's a direct hit, that effectively reduces the gap by 16,000. So, you know, there's possibilities there, and I would have targeted that increasing the value of the hand over the extra Dora. I get that the 1 Dora is 1, but also you've got more options on the Honitsu side, in all honesty. Not in this case. Well, at least not the hand I'm looking at. So you see now he's got the two-sided weight, 4-7. And I'm surprised there's a dot insert. The 4 is actually a useful tile for him, but I guess he was looking towards the 7 pairs. Just a shame you didn't reach. Anyway, you got nearly among a direct hit, so that brought you back into contention. So, yeah, I mean, 15,000, it's a lot of points, but you are the dealer. So 2 dealer wins and you're there. The problem is Urza has just peeled the ridiculous start hand. So he's got double self and green. He doesn't need this, but 2 bonus tiles, easy calls, a couple of middle dot tiles he can call around if he needs to. That is just ridiculous drawing, sir. That is just ridiculous, Urza. And there's a green dragon that's going to get played very soon unless Young decides to keep on with it. No worries, Stefan. Thanks for joining us. I'll catch you another time. His luck is just off the charts in this game at the moment. There we go. So dragon. Yep. Now this is the sort of hand you really want to see when you're chasing the lead. When you get it when you're in the lead, you know something has gone right with the game. Yeah, so even the 6 draws here, good. Get rid of a north now, that's kind of useless. Opens up his potential tiles to get into Tempai now. So he can call for 6s. Actually, calling for 6s doesn't help him, but 3-6, 3-6. I'm not even looking at anybody else's hand, although I probably should. JPC's hand's not too far away, in all fairness, and he does need to get the hand, but he doesn't quite realise how urgently he needs to get the hand, I guess. Also, all of the sparklies.
Eat.
Okay, so here's the reply from Smody. Urza is just going to now fold around this, because, honestly, why would he need to attack? In fact, he might even be inclined to try and deal into Smody here, but... Well, actually, no, sod that. Play the East as a safe tile against probably both. Or just go single East weight, because again, why not? Play the West since he knows it's safe. He's got the East tile safe against the reach if he wants to do this, but... Hatsu. 3-6 then. So, 2-sided weight. There's not a lot of outs on this, in fairness, because of all the frees.
Go.
And there's the deal in. Yong deals in. But it's only a cheap hand. It does end the game. Urza picks up a plethora of points. JPC picks up a few. And there, that is Mahjong Night for tonight. Just an FYI, next week's one is going to be the last one for a little while, unless I'm able to get stuff done in America, but it's looking unlikely. So I will put an announcement video up some point this weekend with regards to XCOM 2 stuff and also that. So I shall see you all at a later date, and yeah, see you next time for probably an extended. I might do a all-day one, so we'll sort of start the stream at 8 o'clock, just do Mahjong all the way through. Just see how it goes. Possibly, but you've also played more games, so I'm not counting the last percentage because it's not, you know, that's the reason we have the 0 floor, so you can always build up, and that's ultimately it. The way Mahjong works and the way you improve yourself is by being more consistent in your play. So if you can consistently grind up points, you are improving as a player. Nah, indeed. Anyway, good night all. I will catch you all at another time.